In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the Instagram algorithm works in 2019. This information you're about to learn is exactly how I've grown accounts just like this one here to thousands of followers organically. So you're going to find these tips and information extremely helpful to help you gain more followers as well as more engagement on your profile for free. So first up, we need to talk about the Instagram business model because this is how the algorithm is pretty much designed. It's the main reason why the algorithm changes so often, and ultimately what it comes down to, because Instagram is a free platform, is that it relies on money or revenue from advertisers to make profit. You know, people pay for advertisements to be placed on Instagram to be shown to their audience. That's what they mainly rely on. So through this information, what we can basically understand is that the algorithm is always changing to basically increase Instagram's profits. And how it does this is pretty much by keeping users on the platform for longer periods of time. That is what they ultimately want, because for example, let's say you go on Instagram right now, you grab your phone, you spend about 10 minutes scrolling through. Maybe during that time they can show you free Instagram adverts, and let's just say for the sake, each ad they show you is $1 made for them. Therefore they make $3. However, if Instagram's algorithm can keep you using the platform longer by maybe showing you, videos or pictures that you're interested in, you may end up spending 30 minutes on the platform, and therefore they can show you maybe 10 adverts during that time. Once again, just for example, then they make $10. So basically, the whole way Instagram's business model and the algorithm work, together, is that they just want to keep people using the platform longer. And this is the most important thing to take away. So how does the Instagram algorithm actually work? What is going on behind the brain of Instagram? So there's two main things here. It's firstly looking at your interests, and it's also applying a thing I like to call, and also just through scientific research, the casino effect. And we're going to talk about them right now. So first up, let's talk about your interests. Now, the way the algorithm works is that it looks at every individual user on Instagram and analyzes their behavior to see what they're liking, what they're commenting on, who they're tagging, who they're direct messaging, what hashtags they're following, what stories are they spending more time on, it all the way down to, what actual, device are they using, what internet connection, because at the end of the day, Facebook owns Instagram and they monitor a lot of data. So what it comes down to is that the algorithm is just monitoring what you like so it can show you more of it, because that way you're going to spend more time on the actual platform. Think about it, if you're scrolling through your feed and you keep seeing things that are very interesting and relate to, what your actual interests are, maybe you like a certain sport, maybe you like makeup tutorials, maybe you like cooking, whatever it is, Instagram is going to show you more of that because it knows it's going to keep you on the platform longer, and therefore it can show you more advertisements. So second up is the casino effect, and this is something not many people are aware of, but tons of social media platforms put it in place, and this is how it works. So if you've ever been to a casino, you can imagine, you're walking through the doors, you want to go over to the slot machines and you say, hey, let's go for it. You pull on the slot machine and then you get that intense sort of anticipation feeling, a bit of excitement. And what's going on here is that your brain has released a chemical called dopamine. And what this means in the scientific terms is that it's just sort of released a substance in you, and this is actually related to addiction because it's pretty much telling your brain and your body, hey, we can be rewarded for this. So what happens is, you pull that, dopamine releases, your body's getting ready, excited for a reward, and you either, you win or you lose. And through research, especially in a Harvard study, they actually determined that humans, to not get bored, need a basically reward and not being rewarded factor, otherwise we get bored. If we're always rewarded, we get fed up. If we don't always win, we also get fed up. So having that sort of randomization pattern of winning, not winning, actually keeps us very interested. So that combined with dopamine can be very dangerous. So how does this apply to Instagram? Well, basically, when you post on Instagram, you are expecting to get likes and comments. This is also just known as social proof. You're being accepted by others. We're social creatures, whatever you want to call us. We want to have social, acceptance from others. We want to be part of a tribe. So when we do that, it has been known that Instagram now delays your likes to get them, because that makes the reward more intense when you receive it. So it's something to just be aware of that Instagram does do. It doesn't do it all the time because once again, they want that randomization. They don't want it to be predictable. And just to add on to this, there are companies out there which specialize in doing this. I'm gonna link down below in the description if you want to learn more about it. Otherwise, let's move on to how you can actually use the free factors on Instagram to start growing your account. So there are three main factors Instagram's algorithm considers and looks at when it wants to basically help accounts grow or not help accounts grow. So this is mainly how your feed is determined, and it will come into play, and I'll give you tips on how you can improve this in a second. But the first one is interest. You need to basically be telling Instagram what you're interested in. So this could be following people, liking images, leaving comments, tagging other users, and so on. It's basically, looking at what a person likes, and then it is going to fine-tune a feed to once again show them more of that content. The second up is your relationship with people. So are you DMing users? Who are you following once again? Are you watching someone's stories more often? Are you tagging each other in your pictures or posts or videos? And so forth. It's basically looking at what is the relationship between these two people, and if it's a good relationship, it's going to prioritize showing them your posts over other people's. So pretty much, if your relationship is at like 100%, it's going to always show them your images first because it believes you'll like them. Whereas, if your relationship with someone is like 10%, it's going to prioritize them pretty far down. So this is very important, especially for you and your followers, people who are following you. You want your relationship to be really good with them, so they're always seeing your posts. That's going to naturally increase your engagement and help you grow. And then the final one is just the recency. So Instagram's algorithm does just prioritize newer content over older content. If you remember back in 2017 when they removed the whole chronological feed and everyone lost their mind, that was because they were pretty much trying to just always put the best content at the top because they were trying to keep people on the platform for longer periods of time so they could show them more advertisements. But it kind of failed because the issue was that they would just keep showing really old posts at the top. People got bored, they were closing the app, so they moved on. That's why the algorithm is always changing, but the Instagram business model isn't. So now you know exactly how the Instagram algorithm works and what its main goal is. Let's talk about some tips on how you can improve your account so the algorithm really prioritizes it and gives it a high quality score. So, first tip is to just upload your best posts. It's really important to just be always uploading, your best content out there. For example, take a look at this one here. Amazing, amazing posts. There's a lot of people on Instagram, the competition is extremely high. So you need to be always making sure you're uploading your best content, and this is also just the biggest factor that is going to help you grow. People want to look at nice looking pictures or videos. It's just standard. We're very visual creatures. We like looking at nice, pretty things. So make sure you're doing that. Tip number 2 is basically the same. You need to be working on your grid. And if you're doing tip number 1 of uploading good quality posts, number 2 should come naturally, but the same thing applies. You want to keep, all your best posts organized, but you also want to be editing them in the same style so they all feel part of one brand. When you're building an Instagram account, you need to think of it as a brand. You don't suddenly want to change all your editing style, change the colors, the subject. You need consistency here. People want to follow an account that has consistency. For example, no one subscribes to a magazine where it's going to be a random thing on each page. No, they want, a home decor magazine or maybe a sports magazine or a fashion magazine. They want to see that specific stuff. You need to do the same with the images and your grid. Next up is tip number 3, and that is to ask questions in your captions. Once again, if we remember from just before in the video, Instagram wants people to spend as much time on the platform as possible, and that is your main goal here. That's what you're trying to do. So asking questions in your captions is going to keep people on your profile and also posts for longer periods of time. These can be simple things such as rate this on a scale of 0 to 100. What do you think about XYZ? Do you think this is cool? And so forth. Get people engaging in a conversation. This can be very powerful and help you out to also just build your natural engagement anyway. And if Instagram sees accounts with lots of likes and comments, it sees it as a good account and wants to show it organically to others in the suggested users, suggested accounts to follow on the explore or just general feed, and also will place you in hashtags top posts. So make sure you're using hashtags as well. Tip number 4 Number 4 right here is going to be to post when your followers are most active. So you can do this by going on your insights after you switch to a business account. I'll have something right here to show you how to do this right now. But basically you want to go on your insights, head on into the audience section. Down the bottom, you're going to be able to then go onto your days and then look at each day to see exactly, there'll be a bar graph, but the highest one is going to be showing you when your followers are most active. And that is when you want to post each day, because it's going to get more eyes on your posts. That means more likes, more comments. And then once again, those are two factors that the algorithm actually takes into consideration. It likes things that are getting lots of engagement because it believes it's good content, wants to show it to more people because good content on Instagram keeps people on the platform for longer periods of time. And that makes Instagram happy, so it's going to constantly be promoting your stuff to other people for free. Tip number 5 is going to be to tag other users and get other users actually tagging you. So this is really good, especially if you're a business account or you're just maybe an account that reposts a specific niche content. Get users to tag you in their images for a chance of being re-uploaded to your account, because this helps your relationship. If users are tagging you constantly in their images, it shows that people like your account a lot. They're very engaged with you, and once again, this is something the algorithm looks at. And then finally, tip number 6 is a bit different, but it is to join an Instagram course. And don't worry, I'm not telling you to join a paid course here, because there are plenty of free ones out there. In fact, I even have a free Instagram course. I'll link it up here for you, and it'll also be in the description. But that's going to help you learn how the algorithm works even further, how to optimize your actual profile, how to understand analytics further so you can use them to your advantage, as well as just how to actually go out and target the right people to gain good, high quality and engaged followers. So yeah, join a free course is tip number 6. It can be very beneficial at the end of the day. So to finish everything off, let's recap nice and quick so you're fully understanding how the algorithm works in 2019 and beyond. So pretty much Instagram's business model is never going to change. They are a free platform and they do rely on revenue from advertisers for, making profit. So pretty much the algorithm is always going to be designed to do this, and the way it does it is by keeping people on the platform longer. So if you can build a profile which uploads high quality content, gets people engaging, and overall is just actually keeping people using the platform longer and looking at it longer, Instagram is going to really like your account. So it's going to naturally put you in suggested users after someone follows another account. It's going to put you in the feed of other users to say, hey, you may be interested in this. If you're using hashtags, which you should be using, you will also be, getting placed into top post spots, because Instagram sees your content, it sees a lot of people are liking it. So therefore its brain says, oh, other people will also like this. It's going to keep them on the platform longer, so we can show them more advertisements and therefore make more profit. So use this information to your advantage. Go and make a profile that is just kick ass, because at the end of the day, Instagram's gonna love it and really help promote it. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down here, because I'll be making tons more videos that are gonna help you out with your social media marketing, as well as also just running a successful online business. Other than that, have a great day and I'll see you soon.